#1 trader in Singapore.
Hello guys, Uncle Lim here. How are you guys today? So now we are back to our advanced class. For this week, we will learn about small time frame entry. So for this setup, Uncle want to tell you guys that if you find this setup, you can double your lot size. For example, usually you use 0.1, you can use 0.2. If let's say you usually use lot 1.0, you can maybe use 1.5 or 2.0, depends on how you want to reset. Because for this setup, it is equivalent to low risk setup and the stop loss is very small. Okay, so now we are going to continue to our class. So there are 3 rules that you need to know. First, for this setup, you can only be used at resistance or support. That's one thing. The second thing, before you do any of the setup, you must determine the direction first, especially in daily direction. Okay, it's just to be safe. And the third one is we will monitor the pattern at M5 or M15. Okay, so what are the pattern that we are going to use? Okay, the pattern will look like this. Okay, for sell, it will look like this. This is support, this is support, and it will break the support, and then we will entry at this level. Entry. Okay, so Uncle will explain further in a real time. So what happened for this pattern, it will look like this. They will do a pattern like this. There will be a first support, and then there will be a second support, and it will break this resistance and it will break this to support. Okay, there's a resistance here. Okay, it will break these two support and the price will pull back and we entry at this resistance level. Okay, we only monitor for M5 or M15. Okay, and it must happen at resistance level at H4 or H1. Okay, so Uncle will add trade at resistance or support at H4 or H1 or daily and above. Okay, this is for sell. Now we are going for buy. It is the same pattern, but it is reverse, so it will like this. This is resistance, this is resistance, this is support, and it will break these two resistance. So when the price pull back, take this support level, we will entry. Okay. So the condition, it must break 2 support for sell and 2 resistance for buy. And this pattern happens at M5 or M15. Okay, at the level of support of H1, H4 or daily. Okay, whenever you find this set, okay, first of all, you have to wait the price at resistance or support at H4 or H1. That is the best place. And then you go into M5 or M15 to wait for this pattern to happen. So wait, for example, for sell, the price is at resistance of H4, and then you zoom in into M5 or M15, you wait for this pattern to happen. It means the price will go like this, make first support, and then it breaks, make second support, and then it breaks, makes a highest resistance, and then it breaks to support. After it breaks to support, you wait for the price to retrace into this level of resistance, and then you guys may entry. Okay, you guys can double up your lot size. The same thing happens for buy. Okay, for example, you see a price at H4 is going to support level, H1 support level, and then you wait for this pattern to make. Okay, it makes a first support, second support, and then it breaks, make also a support, and then it breaks two resistance. Okay, these two resistance. It break two resistance. Remember that it must break two resistance. And then the price will come back for pullback. And then at this second support level, you guys may entry to buy. Okay, so that is the theory. Now we go into real time. Okay, so if let's say at this level, this is a support level of this here. Okay, this is zone, support zone, and then there's a support here. So this is for our time frame. Okay, now we zoom into M5 or M15. Okay, we go to M15 first. So, okay, we zoom in. Okay, so let's see. So you see there's a, it make like this, and then it like this, and then it break. So as you can see, one support, one resistance, it breaks. This one, it breaks three resistance. Never mind. As long it breaks more than two resistance, it's okay. So what you are going to do, okay, you see there's a one support, two support. Okay, this is the second support. Okay, so this is also a support. There's three support, and there's a three resistance that it breaks. So what you are going to do, like Uncle said, you wait for the second support level at this level. Okay, so the price sideways and then it's going down to this level, and then you may entry. Okay, you may entry and the price will goes up. Our SL is this one. You may add around 15 pips from the last support. Okay, and you may entry by double up your lot size. Okay, as long as our rules, what is our rules? Our rules is, first of all, you look at H4. Okay, this is a support zone. This is a support zone. Okay, from H4 you zoom in into M15 or M5. Okay, so when you zoom in, like Uncle said, Uncle will show it one more time. Okay, it will do like this. This is support, support, support. So you take the second level, you mark it, just make a line there. You wait for the price to come back at this level and you entry. Our stop loss from the last support, you may add around 10 to 15 pips. Because if it breaks this last support, consider the setup is invalid. So when you entry here, you can double your lot size and let it go. The price will goes up. Okay, as long as you abide the rule that Uncle give you guys, and if the setup happens, 75% the setup will goes like the pattern that Uncle shows you. Okay, so like Uncle said, we have to monitor the pattern. That's all. Now we are trying to find a sell. So if let's say, okay, at this level, this is a resistance level. Okay, this is a resistance level that you have marked. So this is H4 time frame. Okay, so we zoom in into M5 or 15. So preferably M15 because less candle that we need to monitor. Hold on. Okay. Okay, now let's zoom into the GPJPY at the resistance level that we have marked. So what we are going to do, we wait for two support to breaks. Okay, here there's a support here, and then it goes up back, it makes another support, and then it goes back up, and it breaks to support. Okay, so these two supports. So what we need to do is we wait for the pullback. So where's the pullback? This level, resistance level. Okay, it pulls back into this level and you may entry. SL 10 to 15 pips from the highest resistance. When you entry, just let it go. As long as it is not hit SL, the price still valid. So when you entry, it goes down here. This is around 70 pips. So our SL around 15 pips, our TP you can take around 30 pips. Okay, so 13 pips, and then you may set BE and hold. Because why? Because if this pattern happens at resistance, most probably it will go a long way for GJ, maybe around 50 pips, 100 pips. Okay, so this one is for GBP, JPY. This is a good example that Uncle already gave you guys. So you guys need practice on other pairs. Okay, like Uncle said, the rules: resistance zone at H4, resistance zone at H4, and then when it comes, you monitor and wait for the pattern to happen. Okay, so resistance you wait for a pattern for sell, at support you wait for a pattern for buy. So that is how you trade at low time frame. Okay, this setup is quite low risk. Please combine everything, and then at that level you wait for that pattern to happen, and then you can double your lot size to gain a bigger profit. Okay, this setup is very good for you guys to double your account. And please, if you want to do layering, if you want to do double up your lot size, you may use your high risk account. And if these patterns happen, it is a low risk setup at that zone. Okay guys, that's all for this week. Uncle hope this setup will give you guys a lot of profit, because it does help Uncle a lot to make a bigger profit. So that's all for this week. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Uncle Lim, #1 trader in Singapore.